okay, it seems like the law is just about we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't do this. Don't break this, don't break that. Is there any other role? Whatever role does the law have? The Old Testament law.
The other role, there is another purpose for it.
Okay, good.
I mean, it's not just a bunch of you can't do this and do it this way. In Galatians 3, 24, it talks about something called a schoolmaster.
Okay.
And the schoolmaster was somebody who was like a privileged slave of the Romans and the Greeks. And they were responsible for the moral behaviour of the boys for a better class. Going in, coming out, they were in charge of them, they were supervising them, but they weren't teaching them. And they were responsible to get them to and fro from education and, you know, just daily lives. And the law is referred to in being a schoolmaster in the sense that the law is overseeing our behaviours, it's overseeing everything that we do. But it's not actually teaching us anything that pertains to life, that pertains to what God wants us to have. So then you have to ask, well, what's the point of it? Well, all it was trying to do is show us that you need something else. And I've heard an analogy, which I think is a great analogy, which says this: if you're looking at the law, you should look at the law like a mirror. So when you look at it, you can see, you know, I break it, or, you know, I overstep the mark, can't help it. Sometimes even the desire comes in within me. When the time you don't, my head I think do. I see that. When I look in the mirror, I see the dirt. I see the fact that I need to be clean. But you wouldn't take the mirror down to clean yourself.
Cool.
The same way, you can't take the law and clean yourself with the law. With the mirror, if you see you're dirty, you go and find the soap or the shower gel or whatever to go and wash yourself. Law is the same thing. You can't use the law then to go and clean yourself. You have to go somewhere else. And the Bible points us to Christ. The law is pointing us to Christ because it's pointing out that for you to be new and live the way God wants you to live, you need another solution, not the law. Because as we read, by no flesh will be justified by the law. We read that in Romans 3:20. So that's the other purpose, in that it's making it very clear to us that we need another way and there is another way, and the Bible now, through Christ, has showed us that Christ is the other way. So that's the reason as well why the law is useful, but it can't bring us life, can't change us, can't make us holy, can't make you Christian, can't do any of that. Which is why even Paul said Christ is the end of the law. He wasn't saying to say throw it out. What he was saying is Christ is the
fulfillment of the law.
So that's the other reason. And one thing I would add to this about laws, which I think was a beautiful thing I heard from Michael Ramsden, it's from a group called RZIM, Rabbi Zachariah's International Ministries, that go around the world defending the faith. He says, actually, when it comes to the laws of God, you can't break them. He says, they break us. And he meant it in the sense of, when you try and break the law, all you do is end up proving the law. So when I was talking about the driving before, as an example, 30 miles per hour, if I break the law, it's still 30 miles per hour. The sign is still there. The law's still intact. But I'm the one who's being punished, and I'm the one who's going to suffer the consequences. So if anything, I've proved the law, and then I'm suffering the consequences of breaking it, or proving the consequences of trying to go beyond that law. Which I think is just an interesting spin on looking at this. Like, God's laws are immutable, like He is, they stay there. But the way we live just keeps proving it to our own detriment. Do you know what I mean? And the world is going through that right now. And it will keep happening until God says, you know what, enough.
That's cool.
So the law has its uses. And
That's blessed. That's blessed.